Hey again. All right, I'm going to juice again. I'm using the Super Angel, and the part of the base for this here juice is going to be the watermelon. So that's why I have it in my hand. So, but it's going to be a mixture of things. I have, what do I have? I have the watermelon already cut up, and I have cherries. These are bean cherries, really good, and some green grapes. Now these grapes are kind of sour, so I might lose a little bit of that good flavor that I wanted, that sweetness with using these grapes. So I'll judge as I'm juicing and decide how much of the grapes I'm really going to use. In fact, I may not even use any of the grapes. I'll use a few because I already took a picture with them, but I'll separate them and just drink the grape juice separately because I do want to put a little bit of lime, and in fact, I may even cut this lime a little bit. So, in other words, only use half of a whole lime. And to save time, I already juiced the beet juice, and this is the pulp that came from it. And because I use a different attachment than the attachment I'm going to use now. This one is more for the root vegetables. The attachment I use to do this is for the root vegetables and the greens and things like that, and herbs. And the juicier fruits uses a juice attachment. So, and this is the carrot juice. So all this is going to go in, and like I said, here we go. So I don't have a name for this juice. I'll come up with something, but basically it's just fruity. And this here is just a little tip. Let me go ahead and rinse it a little so you can probably get to see it. This is actually pure watermelon juice right here. And then this darker color, this is pure beet juice. And what I'm doing is, as it freezes, I'm going to add another layer of something so I can make a nice, beautiful, flowing popsicle with just all kinds of goodness. So I have the kids in mind. I have 2 children, and those 2 children produce 6 grandkids. So I love it that I come up with good ideas, good tasty treats for them, and they think it is a treat. They think it's candy, or they're just totally blown away because they don't realize that what they're eating is something that they ordinarily wasn't practicing eating with perhaps their parents and things like that. Kind of gotten spoiled, the millennials raising kids. That's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, that's why they have G parents. In my case, my name is Yaya, so I'm not a grandmother. I am, but my title is Yaya. So anyway, this is what's going on with this. This was actually orange juice I had jicama. So I juiced that and mixed it together, and then I made freezer pops out of it. That's not what I'm making today, but since I had it out, I wanted you to see what I do with these things sometimes. And this is pure watermelon juice that I juiced earlier, and I bought it, these little Ziploc bags. You can actually label it, but they'll be gone before I have to worry about labeling it. I think some of the kids are going to come by today, and I cannot wait to show them what I made for them. And they're just going to be in hog heaven. They're not even going to get it that this is just pure, no sugar is in it, no preservatives, nothing to trick their palate into causing them to be addictive to it in a negative way. It's all positive. So, alrighty. So let me go ahead and get started. Get this out of my way. And I'm going to start quickly juicing the remainder of the fruit. I'll do the cherries first, because I just want you to see how beautiful that color is going to be with the cherries. These are organic. The watermelon is not organic. The grapes are, and the cherries are. The lime is not. Sometimes you just have to get in where you fit in when you do your grocery shopping. And because I shop in so many stores, I can't get it all perfectly. I wish it was a perfect world and I can get everything I want out of one store. But it's okay. The competition is good too because you find different sales at different stores. Now, some folks that are suffering with illnesses such as like the gout, it is, the studies have shown that drinking something like a cherry juice or maybe cranberry juice, but I do believe cherry juice is huge for helping them in a natural way to help them subside, I guess, the pains that they may have with the gout. And that's what they'll say in the scientific world, but the bottom line is, in my world of holistic, feeding yourself real life foods and healing yourself naturally, I would say it would be one of the possible remedies that would help cure you of the gout, of that gout. So other than you gotta let that meat go. So, but that's another discussion. But while you're having an episode, I guess you can go ahead and grab yourself some cherries and make your own cherry juice, and it's gonna be, you see, it's almost as beautiful red as the beet juice. So this is gonna come out to be a really dark juice. Even though I'm gonna put carrots up in there, it's still gonna come out with a pretty color. So let's see. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the watermelon in there, and I'll throw in. Let's start off with a lime. Half a lime. There we go. The lime is also in there. You need, when you're drinking beets or eating beets, it's best to have it carried with something with vitamin C. Now, all this fruit that I'm putting in here has got vitamin C in it, but we know that citrus fruit is definitely, its claim to fame is also having that it's got vitamin C. So, and then too, like I said, it makes it a little bit easier to eat the beets. And again, like I said, I'm a sucker for sour, so I love sour. Any reason to go ahead and use something, put something sour in the food, then I'm happy. Now, honestly, this is my first time branching out with the watermelons. I probably drank almost a gallon of watermelon juice today while I was preparing things and moving around. And actually, I didn't even eat anything yet. What time is it? It's 3:30 right now in the afternoon, and I've been up since, I think I got up early. I got up around 6 something, and I've just been in the kitchen doing some chores and things like that. And then I decided, well, since I'm going to do all this juicing, then let me go ahead and turn the camera on. So, and that always takes time, because obviously I would have been done with this a long time ago. But when you have to make presentations and things like that, and cut it up and pre-do it and pre-chop it, and to save time when it's time to film. Oh, there's a ginger root, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there. So I have a lot of grapes here. I kind of want to taste this just to get an idea of what the grapes may do. I want to see how sweet it is already, even though I didn't mix in the beet and the carrots, but I just kind of want to get an idea where we're at. That's really good. I taste the watermelon. I taste a little bit of lime, just a tinge. I don't taste the cherries as much, but this portion of the watermelon that I use, trust me, I ate the best part of it already. I juiced that and ate that this morning. So what we have here is kind of like the end section of the watermelon, so it wasn't as sweet. But those cherries helped that out quite a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and just throw the grapes up in there, because I don't need to have it separated. It's good to me. It's going to taste good. And when the kids come over, they're going to love it too. To save, have a good healthy snack the day before, usually the morning of, I'll go ahead and pluck my grapes off the stem and, rinse it off really good. And I only buy organic when it comes to the grapes and cherries and berries and things like that. And put it in a container, and then just eat it like, you get a taste for eating some sort of, well, it certainly doesn't equate to the healthy version of potato chips, but I mean, it is for candy, so I love, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this lime in there just to just because it's in front of me. And okay, so this should be good enough. Let it go ahead and turn her off. And oops, this is the pulp from that bowl. This bowl of produce that you saw in there. This is the pulp that the Super Ranger produced. I love it because this is a little bit wet because of the grapes, but normally it wouldn't be this wet. But trust me, if you use one of the other most of the other juicers out there, you'd have end pieces of grapes and cherries and things like that. So this is I don't think it gets much better, to be honest with you, other than if I was in a facility that had industrial juicers and things like that. I didn't get to experience that, so, but I'm just telling you what I know, and this is what I certainly stand by. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I probably don't need to strain it. I like my juices thin because they go down so smoothly. And also, sometimes I put it in my water bottles when I go exercise, and I don't want the pulp in there because it kind of gets clogged up into the mouth of the water bottle. Makes it more difficult to clean. So, but this it strained it very well. I mean, as far as my juicer, that little pulp, that wasn't even really worth taking out. But since I did, I'm going to go ahead and leave it out. And this is the color of those fruit that you just saw me juice. And of course, you see this here. I'm going to throw in the carrot. Oops. Slow down. Throw in the carrot juice. And I'm going to pour in the beet juice. And I'm going to wash this spoon. And if my blender was right here, the base of it, I would probably pop it on there and let it blend for a quick hot second, but you don't have to. Everything easily blends, of course. So now I'm going to get my mason jar and pour some in. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So, alrighty, and grab my straw, and I'll taste it for you. This is good. I taste the beets first. I taste the lime right after that. The watermelon. I don't really taste the carrots too much. Not on that sip. Hold on. A little bit. I taste a hint of the carrot. I don't really taste the cherries. I don't taste the grapes. But I think what I did just really came out perfectly. I think if I only used maybe a quarter piece of the lime, maybe my youngest little G babies, they probably wouldn't know it was going to hit them. They probably drink it without noticing any difference. But you know, sometimes children, especially since those kids didn't grow up with me, they would have grown up, I would think, loving some limes and lemons like I do. So, but anyway, as far as, because I taste the lime and not enough something that's kind of sweet to balance that a little more, I won't use this batch to make the freezer pops for them, but definitely I'll make another batch to make freezer pops for my kids and myself and any other adults that are around that you know would appreciate this, you know, being a frozen treat. But I didn't make this batch to be frozen treats. I made it because I'm going to drink it and I'm going to enjoy it like I always do. So anyway, thank you guys for coming back. I may pop in, let's see how much time I have on this one. Oh, 14 minutes. I want to show you something. Let me show you something really, really quickly. This is Rejuvelac, and this is what I'm making. It's a probiotic drink. I've talked about it in previous videos, but I never got around to showing you. So it's, and one of these days, if I had the ability to edit these videos, then I would do a lot more. But I don't know how to do it yet, and until that happens, we just gotta do the best we can. So, but this is these are organic wheat berries that I've soaked. These I didn't soak as long as normally. I would have soaked them about 8 or 10 hours, but these probably got soaked about 5 hours, and then soak them in um, bottled water, and then rinse that, and then I turned around and put them in my Vitamix blender and threw in some bottled water, topped it off, and gave it a rough chop. I didn't want to blend them completely down. I just wanted to break up the berries. And then I put them in jars and began the fermenting process. So I leave it out on the counter, and just for the next, it'll be ready in about 4 days. Well, 4 days from when I started. I started on Sunday. Sunday morning is after, I started this. And today, right now, no, I'm sorry, today is Sunday. Started Saturday morning. So by Tuesday morning, probably 3 or 4 days, depends on how strong you want it. I like mine strong. This is really concentrated right here. When I strain it, I'll take the berries, and I'll turn around and make a bread. Like maybe I'll make a piece of bread or piece of dough. It's going to be raw. I'm going to keep it raw, and I'll come up with something. This won't go to waste. This is to be prepared into something else. And the Rejuvelac, I'll drink it like up to 1 or 2 cups a day. Not like this right now. This is very concentrated. When I remove the berries, I'm going to top this off pretty much with water all the way up here, and then I can drink 1 and 2 cups a day of the Rejuvelac, and that's a probiotic. It's got the B vitamins. It's excellent for the digestive system. The list just goes on and on and on. There's a lot of research out there, and a lot of folks that live by this. You can find out more, and they'll give you their testimony as well. So anyway, I just wanted to throw in a little extra treat and tell you about my Rejuvelac. These are my organic berries that I bought from Whole Foods. I hope you can see that. Okay, there might be a good shot of the berries. And so that's what's going on. Maybe one day I'll actually show you what I just told you. So anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming back. If you like what you see or have been seeing, please hit the like button, and also subscribe, and then you'll be updated anytime I make any more videos, I load any more. Then you'll be one of the first ones to get to see those videos, and then always tell me what you think, and tell me if you need to see anything else, more details or something else. Just tell me something. Tell us something. All right. Thanks. Bye, you guys. Peace.